How you doing, everybody? My name is Kinesis, and welcome to Thrive. This is a spectacular in development game that I've been following for fucking ever now, over a year, and it's become something just far more than what I initially thought it was, which is I originally was looking for kind of a, not a replacement. I was looking for a spiritual successor to Spore. Spore was one of the most entertaining games that I played growing up. It really influenced my concept of world building and life and everything like that, and it was something very special to me. Excuse me. And so I found Thrive, and I've been just following it ever since, and it is spectacular, and it has become... Originally, it was just a little kind of point and click, not really point and click, but just a very small, adventure. Hello everyone, still pulling in. It was originally just a little survival simulator, but now it's become a multi-layered, just single-celled organism survival situation, and it has become something far more entertaining than what it was before, and I'm rambling, so let's just fucking jump into it. Bring the volume back up, because it's actually about to get really quiet. There we go. I played like 15 times in a row. Alright. So, patch name Pangani Invents. So, the cool thing about what's going on right now is the game has clearly, if any of you are catching this from after immediately watching my first video on this, obviously the game has updated it a lot. So, we're going to go through this step by step, and I'm going to... yeah, that cutscene is a nightmare. Don't worry about it. It's being worked on. They're focusing on the, they're focusing on, you know, getting the game to function. So what we're looking at here is the Pangani Invents, which is the start area of the game. Eventually, you will be able to migrate your cell to different areas of the map, because there's like this weird map that you have access to. Eventually, that's going to be patched in eventually, but we're not able to do that quite yet. So, yeah. So, hey, hello, people still popping in. Hello, everyone. Hello. Excuse me. So over here on the GUI is actually about to be updated anyway, so it's kind of redundant for me to be showing you all this now. But the basic concept of it all is the same. You have a readout of the oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen content in your environment, because that affects certain processes as you evolve. You'll be able to add different organelles. It's very much like it's very much like what Spore wanted to be initially, but it's far more scientific. Far more scientific now. That's what I was trying to say. So what we have here is a single blob of cytoplasm. That's all we are. We are nothing. We are a mite on the face of the universe. And we're producing ATP almost constantly, which is fine, because as long as we have glucose in our inventory, we'll be fine, because glucose is how you make ATP, because science. So the best thing we can do right now is collect some phosphates, so that we can multiply, because in order to divide and multiply, you need to have phosphates, and what the fuck is... Seems kind of glitchy. It says ammonia, glucose, and phosphate. Oh, I broke it. Whatever it was, I broke it. Oh, that may have been a dead cell. That may have been a dead cell. Which doesn't make sense, because we are technically the first organism. Because the way the game works is everything evolves from you. So once I divide, that's when the cycle starts. And everything gets fucking crazy from there on. There's barely any sound right now. Also, my volume is super low. That's better. I don't know if you guys can hear the background music or anything like that, but it's cool. Hydrogen sulfide. I don't need hydrogen sulfide because I can't process it right now. This dark yellow stuff is ammonia, I believe. Yeah. Ooh! Well, look at that. A big old iron chunk. I might end up just becoming an iron cell in that case, because there's a huge-ass iron chunk here. Doesn't seem to be creating much in the way of iron, though. Is it? It's producing a little, though not much. It's fine. Oh, hello? It doesn't always follow my cursor, and I don't know why. You can hear the music? Sweet. It's very pretty, and it would be quite a loss if you guys weren't able to hear it. So yeah, this game is one of those, it's vaguely roguelike because there's no save mechanic, and then you know, once you go extinct, you have to start all over. And you can't really go back and change things. You can, sort of, but it costs. It costs you. So I'm not too worried about that. Can I eat that? I would love to eat that. I'd just love to eat some hot, fresh organelle. Hey, look, I did. Cool. I don't know where all these dead organelles are from. Maybe we're a cell after a mass extinction event. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah. Or it just hasn't been programmed in. I like the idea of it, like, of everything being really slow right at the start. You know, you're just collecting stuff. Kind of, it makes it. Yeah, Olive River. I probably totally butchered that name. Made this music, and it's fucking legendary. It's just good shit. The whole team, the entire Thrive development team is just fucking spectacular, and I love all of them. It's such a great community of smart individuals working to make this passion project come together. Because this is a passion project. If anyone who's watching wants to help fund the development of this, you can check out each of the developers. I believe a couple of them have a Patreon. I know for a fact that one of the main developers, or one of the most active developers at least, if not main developer, Untrusted Life has a Patreon, which I will link to in the video, in the description below. I should probably actually link it in the description of the stream, actually, is what I should do. So why don't I just do that? Let me just do that. I've got it open still, so I'll just... beep, pop. Bam. Alright, it's in there. I don't know if it's saved. Oh, change is being saved. Sweet! Alright, so that is in the description. You can check out Untrusted's, you can check out Untrusted's, whatchamacallit, Patreon. For just $1 a month, you get access to a special Discord, which, you know, you get, you know, info and updates, and you get to chat with everyone, which is always nice. For $5 a month, however, you get access to what I'm playing right now, which is the in-development build. Every single time he changes... Yes! Finally! God! Every single time he changes something, puts up a in-development alpha build, and you get to play with it, like I do. So that's something cool to keep in mind. Alright, so... the Trojan Ace. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So these are the prokaryotic structures. You cannot have any you can't have any internal organelles until you have a nucleus. So that's not really something I'm going to try to do quite yet. I have tried to beat the game. I have tried to beat the game as a prokaryote, and it's fucking difficult because you have to kill a lot. You have to kill a lot, but it can be done. And I'm actually going to try and do that myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Thicoloid, which produces glucose. depends on the concentration of carbon dioxide. And I'm not really anywhere very carbon dioxide heavy, so it might not be too helpful. Another thing I can do is get some Trojan Ace, which uses the nitrogen in the air to produce ammonia, which I need in order to multiply. So both of these are very helpful, but I can't get them at the same time because they cost 55 each. And there is going to be a multicellular stage. There's going to be a much like Spore, there's going to be a civilization stage. There's going to be a spacefaring stage, but they all have different names, different mechanics for them that are currently being worked on. But they really wanted to get this really up and running with a win mechanic so that you can actually move on to the next stage. So far, there is a win mechanic. You just have to not die for long enough. So we'll see if I can do that. But right now, I'm going to get myself a metabolism. No, I'm gonna be a rusty boy. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a rusty boy. See how that works for me. Let's see. Are there any floating bitches? Any floating bitches? I don't see any floating bitches, which is upsetting. The cool thing about like mousing over areas, it'll on the top left, it'll show you what's there, so you're not gonna just randomly just fucking die. Except you'll still randomly die if you're an idiot like me. So that's how things happen. How would you go into a multicellular stage as a prokaryote? I mean, I don't know, but there you could if you wanted to. But I mean, if you don't want to, then you don't have to, is the thing. But yeah, the way, as far as we know, there's no multicellular organisms that are multiple prokaryotes, but like, all you'd have to do is just buy a nucleus. I think perhaps, you know, a win condition is you have to have a nucleus, and like, then you can jump into it. The thing about the multicellular stage, as far as I know, is that you're going to be able to go in and edit your cells. And eventually, you know, it won't be like, oh, you're a single-celled organism and then suddenly you grow legs. It'll be, you know, you're a single-celled organism and then you kind of glom together with more of your kind. Sir, do you want to fight? Do you wish to fight, sir? Because I will fucking murder you. That's what I thought, bitch. I'm not going to get an oxytoxysome, because if you get oxytoxy right off the bat, you're fucking dead, because you'll eventually have Gatlin goobers, which have like 50 different oxytoxysomes, and they're just like shooting randomly at anything that moves, and it's awful! It's the worst, and I hate it. And now we're a cute little sphere. Look at us. Look how cute we are. Look at that. Look at that cute little glom. Cute little glom of stuff. Picking up hydrogen sulfide now will give us glucose, which is great. So now we should never, ever run out of glucose. Should. Once I get to be a larger cell, things... Oh, geez. Yeah, once you get to be a little bigger than everyone, it, everything goes crazy from there. So I think now is a good time as any to get a nucleus. Size 9, osmo regulation cost is 9. Metabolisms produce 8 per second, which means I'm only using, oh, crap. Oh, I also ferment. Ah, crap, that's such a calculation. Oh, jeez. Yeah, someone really has to, like, go in and make a, oh, excuse me. Someone has to go through and, like, make a chart where it's just like how much you're producing of what per second for like all these things. Because there's like I ferment and I aerobically respirate, because that's a word. Get a couple more metabolisms and we'll leave it at that. There we go. Because the goal is to be producing as much ATP as I use. ish. As a if you're a carnivorous being, you know, you'll want that number to be not exactly the same. You know, you'll need to hunt, of course, to get stuff. But when you have these chloroplast-like organelles inside of you, you're technically partially a plant. So maybe I'm a carnivorous plant. Yeah, I'm a carnivorous sentient plant. We'll go with that. Carnivorous sentient plant. Because I could theoretically put 2 nuclei in. That would be, like, really dumb, but I could, theoretically. But there's no benefit for having more than 1 nucleus, so it would honestly just... God. There's no notable benefit of having multiple nuclei. Oh! So the nucleus has a new little, has a new thing to it. Interesting. Or maybe that's just how it looks while it's missing, it might be missing some textures. Who knows? And as you can see, once I got a nucleus, I got huge. Because prokaryotes are very tiny compared to cells with nuclei. That's just how it works. That is how it do. I'm just gonna fill up really quick before I multiply. That way I could probably multiply again really quickly. Okay, so the best thing I can do is... Okay, so one thing that would make... Something that would make this a lot easier is knowing what the hell is where. That would make my life a lot easier. So I'm just going to guess. I'll add another flagellum just for now because I want to be a little faster. Okay, so let's take a closer look. We have rustocyanin. I can't even see my mitochondria behind my my cell membrane. Is that a cell wall? I don't know. Oh, it might be my cell texture. That's a possibility. So there's rustocyanin, 2 hell, I don't know what those are. Wait, the rustocyanin is the brown stuff. The white stuff is, I think, the Trojan Ace. I think. Or maybe it's the, might be the metabolosomes. We'll figure it out. It's a, oh! Yeah, I'm gonna eat this guy. Probably doesn't have a lot of nutrition value, but it's fine. Not much in the way of nutrition value. This is fine, though. There we go. It's a lot of iron. There we go. Alright. As long as I have a iron-rich diet, I'll be good. Another funny thing that happens is the perspective shift as you move. Because, like, watch this guy. Watch this nucleus right here as I move away from him. The nucleus model is very tall in this pseudo 3D environment. So as you move away from it, it like pokes out of everything. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It's very interesting. Yeah, you gotta be careful at this late game stage where like there's a billion different guys popping around the board. Oh yes. Oh yes. Good stuff. Okay. Let's give us a vacuole. That should make things a little easier. That's where we'll stop for now, and then I'll build out some more mitochondria, because I'm going to need more mitochondria, for sure. So there's a meta in this game already that, you know, you want to come up with the most efficient way of surviving. But you also kind of want to do it with your own flavor, you know? Like, I got rid of my chloroplasts once I knew I would be able to have enough glucose. Which is interesting. I evolved away from being a plant to become something else. When I stop moving, I produce plenty of ATP. It's just as I'm moving, I'm using up too much. Oh, geez, that killed me. Darn it. My first death. So sad. I almost had a perfect game. All right, so we have now officially transitioned to a thing. Interesting about this build is that I have to pause Pause for effect. I have to pause for effect every now and again, just to make sure that nothing is, doing anything, because I no longer have the little, buddies that create, that, you know, there's no longer any fermentation. So I can only move in short bursts, which is fine. But it means I can't necessarily pursue prey in the way that I want to. I'm noticing not a lot of species are evolving with nuclei, and I'm wondering if that's a, because it's not as effective, because they will evolve randomly, but, you know, they'll only survive if what they have is effective. I feel like you have to be, like, a significant number of hexes larger than something in order to be able to eat it, I think. Oh, I guess not. Hello, other me. You look indubitably scrumptious today. And so you were. Excellent. I'll just stop moving for a moment so I can multiply. I sneeze. Another flagellum just for balance, and then I'll fill myself out with another mitochondria. And eventually I put another one there, and then another one there, and then maybe a nitrogen-fixing plastid or a chemoplast or something. Maybe 2 vacuoles, who knows. How long have I been following Thrive? I've been following Thrive for about a year. I discovered it, when did I discover it? I think I discovered it last summer. I was like really nostalgic, and I was playing Spore because I have it, and I was like, ah, geez, I wonder if anyone's like made like a fan game or something, or spiritual successor or something, like, because I know that the company for Spore, you know, they went not too long ago, and that's sad. But I was thinking, like, I wonder what else there could be. So I kind of looked into it, and I found Thrive. And I was like, huh, what's this? And so I looked into it, and it was just this kick-ass, it's just this kick-ass in-development game that really, really spoke to what I wanted out of, what I originally wanted out of Spore, and so I've just been following it ever since. What happened was SimCity just didn't do as well as they wanted it to, and so it just kind of went kaput, sadly. Which doesn't really make too much sense, because SimCity was a pretty fucking cool game. I can't imagine why it didn't do as well as they had wanted it to. But, you know, corporate greed and all that good shit. I remember the win condition changed. It used to be 15, it might be 20 now. Yeah. Originally they bumped it to 30, and I was like, ha ha! But you were the only thing on my mind as the wall smashed Kakarot from behind. If you don't know what I'm singing, I think you all need to go and listen to the new Starbomb album. It's pretty litty McTitty, I must say so. I don't remember how healing works in this game, so I'm just kind of gonna wait until I heal, I guess. Hey, this is good a time as any. You guys have any questions for me? Kinesis, the runner of multiple channels and slowly losing his mind person? While you're thinking of questions, you should go and check out Untrusted Life's Patreon, where you can get access to, if not this patch, you can get access to every patch, in addition to another game he's working on. Well, I died. That's unfortunate. Also, while you're at it, you should go down into the description of this stream and or video that you're watching later after the stream, and you can check out my Patreon, which has stuff. And if you're wondering what kind of stuff, it's got stuffy stuff. It has access to a special channel in my Discord where you can actually talk to me, because I only post announcements in the other part of my Discord because I'm lazy. In addition, you can get access to a bunch of cool stuff, as including behind the scenes thumbnails. You get access to all of my thumbnails for my videos as the week before I post them, all this good stuff. It's just a fun time for everyone. There's a bunch of benefits, a bunch of things you can do. And it's all starting as little as $1 a month, which makes a huge fucking difference. Because, like, just think, if one person does $1 a month, that's just $1 a month. But if 10 people do a dollar a month, that's $10 a month. For me, that's like a good lunch. Oh fuck! Don't kill me! No, I've come too far. Ah! Oh, whew! Dodged a bullet there, almost literally. Ah! Crap! This might be it. Shit. I think this is it. And I can't quite yet change the name of my species, but eventually I'll be able to do that. This might be it. Yay! You have thrived. Woo! We did it! Yay! I succeeded. Alright, so that is Thrive. That's currently the game. It's going to get better, and the more people who support it, the more the faster it's going to get better. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please go kick tomorrow's butt, because if you don't, it's going to kick yours, and I cannot wait to see you on the next adventure. Please check out my Patreon, check out Untrusted's Patreon, check out my podcast, Dicey Decisions. It's a live play D&D show. It's on Twitch, but we have a podcast. I'll link to it in the description below. Check it all out. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Huh?